走，飞土。I'm basically traveling around 22 different countries to promote Tibetan awareness. I really appreciate you help Tibetan community to preserve culture and identity. But my message is how can you reach Prime Minister Harper to improve more in Tibet? There are still this culture being destroyed.
I have brought up Dongdup Wangchen. I've brought up other things, and we need to be consistent. I mean, Mr. Harper was strong before, and then he does not as strong now. And so I'm working to try and keep that pressure on.
So what do you think about this since
he was mentioning, they just told me that,
since earthquake happened, a lot of Tibetan people died.
Yes.
And a lot of Tibetan people, who suffer an earthquake, they wish Dalai Lama to visit China.
No, I know.
To Tibet.
Right.
So what do you think about it? Can you speak up to Prime Minister Harper regarding that
I have written a letter asking him to ask the Chinese embassy for that permission.
Okay. Yes. So we really appreciate that more culture needs to be preserved in Tibet than the outside.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to you can speak up about Tibet.
And you may know, in Canada, that's a principle for us.
Exactly, I understand.
You can keep your identity and be Canadian too. So,
exactly, right. So. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and good luck to you.
Great,
that's a heck of an endeavor you're taking on.
Thank you.
All the very best.
Thanks. Free Tibet King Sign King Free Tibet and Free Tibet and Free Tibet course. Free Tibet and I'm here next to the Parliament building. I'm meeting senators here today to talk about Tibet, and I'll call Tenzin Kangsa to arrange senators to. I'll be going in the clock tower to meet senators.
So the first thing I wanted to show you, if you haven't seen it, is a great picture of His Holiness and me.
Yes, it's a great picture. Right? Yeah.
I've never. That was such a big surprise.
Yeah.
When he
it's
was
a beautiful
here.
picture.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you that, so that we have some relationship with His Holiness.
Great. Thank you so much.
And we'll throw it over to you.
So, Senator, thank you so much for giving me a time to speak up and give me an opportunity to come here. And I actually was born as a refugee in India. My parents escaped from Tibet and Dharamsala. And also, in Tibetan people recently there had big earthquake in Tibet, and all they wish is to visit Dalai Lama to Tibet. So, can you,
Prime Minister Harper is one of Tibet's best friends.
Mm-hmm.
He always supports. You know that Canada, under the leadership of Prime Minister Harper, has given His Holiness the Dalai Lama honorary Canadian citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 5 people that have honorary Canadian citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
His Holiness is one of them. We met with the Prime Minister. You saw the picture there.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister, myself, and one of my colleagues. When he came, it's the first time that a Prime Minister in Canada has met with His Holiness.
Right.
We support the Tibetan community. You may know that our government yesterday, you were there, announced a big grant for the Tibetan Community Center in Toronto.
To preserve culture.
$3.3 million.
Yep.
So you have all these things. We actually have. We actually have probably one of the best supporters of His Holiness in Canada, in Prime Minister Harper. We also have a very strong group. We have a group that I am the chair of called the Parliamentary Friends of Tibet. We have, is that about 60 members?
Yeah.
There's about 60 members of Parliament from all the parties, from both the House of Commons and the Senate, as the Parliamentary Friends of Tibet. So in Ottawa, His Holiness is very respected. The Prime Minister supports him, our government supports him, and our Parliament supports him. We find it very difficult to understand why the Chinese are being so inflexible at granting what His Holiness has asked, genuine autonomy within a sovereign China. This is what he's saying. He's not saying separatism, he's not saying independence, is not saying sovereignty. He is saying on behalf of the Tibetans, he would like to live as brothers and sisters with the Chinese in a Tibet, which is part of China, but has the autonomy to practice their language, to speak their language, to practice their faith, to cherish their culture. And it is the message that we give to the Chinese people all the time. As you travel, you should be doing, talk to the Chinese people outside of China. Go to the Chinese communities in Toronto, in Vancouver, in other parts of the world, and tell them the reason we come to Canada is because we really believe in freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom to assemble. We believe in the fundamental principles that we're all equal, that we should be able to be treated like brothers and sisters. And they will understand, I believe, a lot better than the Chinese Communist Party does. And I've been to China, I've been to Tibet, I've been to Hong Kong, and I've been to China twice, including a few months ago. You know, when you talk to the Chinese people, I believe they understand what His Holiness is trying to say. Unfortunately, they're not allowed to express his opinions. Unfortunately, they don't have freedom of speech. They don't have freedom of the press. They don't have freedom to worship as they wish. So it's difficult for them to be able to express their sentiments against the communist government. But I believe that they will, and they certainly have with me, in the rest of the world, when they're outside of China, I think you will find some good supporters from the Chinese people on behalf of what you're trying to promote, which is freedom for the people of Tibet before we die.
Thank you so much. And I try as much as I can to reach Chinese people. We Tibetans believe Chinese people are not we fighting for. We're fighting for the Chinese government.
That's right.
We try to win the hearts and minds of Chinese people to tell the fact. I understand Chinese people in China, they don't only receive propaganda. They don't receive any real fact stories of what's happening.
That's right.
But now the technology improving, people are getting more information, and we are taking chances to speak up and tell that what is fact, what's happening in Tibet.
Good for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this.
Great.
And good luck.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.